it has been reported that the Nigerian government has summoned the Amnesty International over its security report in Nigeria. The Amnesty International recently released a report of its investigation of the level of insecurity in Nigeria, which it published on May 28, 2025, just 24 hours to the 2 years anniversary of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. And in that report, Amnesty International drew attention to the looming humanitarian crisis in Nigeria over unchecked attacks by armed groups. And in that report, it reported that at least 10,217 people were killed in 2 years since Bola Ahmed Tinubu took over in Nigeria on May 29, 2023. And out of this number, over 6,896 were killed in Plateau State alone, followed by 2,630 killed in Plateau State. Over 6,896 were killed in Benue State alone, followed by 2,630 killed in Plateau State. According to the report by Amnesty International, 672 villages were sacked in 3 states across Nigeria. Now, by being summoned by the federal government, it means that they are not happy with our report. Because if they are happy with the report, they wouldn't have summoned Amnesty International. But I'm even surprised that they are summoning Amnesty International, because Amnesty International record appears conservative. As far as many Nigerians who have been following killings in Nigeria can state. Okay? And I will show you other data that shows that indeed Amnesty International figure is underwhelming, if you like. But the government is saying that it is not in line with their own record, even when they didn't publish their own record to counter Amnesty International. Because when you say, it's like when you go to how Nigerian court is, you are saying that the result from an election, that result declared by INEC, is not the authentic result. They expect you to present what you think were the authentic result. So in this case, from the report we have seen, we didn't see any federal government documentation of the number of killings that took place in Nigeria in the past 2 years, except the one by National Bureau of Statistics, which was even damning, far more damning than what Amnesty International reported, which we are going to get to that one. Now, it has now been reported that the National Counter Terrorism Centre, NCTC, Office of the National Security Advisor, has formally expressed concern about the report, accusing Amnesty International of painting an exaggerated picture of insecurity in Nigeria, of exaggerating insecurity in Nigeria. The National Counter Terrorism Centre, in the Office of the National Security Advisor, in a letter to Amnesty International, stated that many of the figures and claims in the report do not align with the verified data it has on record. That's what I was saying. We have not yet seen their own record, so that we can use it to compare what Amnesty International has. And if this is a battle for the hearts and minds of Nigerians, it is expected that the Office of the NSA should also release their own record, so that we compare it with what Amnesty International has, and then we compare it with what National Bureau of Statistics has when they did their own in the first year of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, so that we know who is telling the truth and who is cooking up the numbers. Now, said, interestingly, the letter did not they did not attach their own verified figures so that Nigerians can verify who is telling the truth or not. Now, when I got the hint, I know that Amnesty International is going to be a problem. When I began to see statements. When I began to see statements after Amnesty released our report, all these NGOs, there are some NGOs that are just there to parrot anything that will please the government of the day. So there was an NGO, I think Coalition of Northern Groups, is issued a statement attacking Amnesty International. In fact, they were even calling that Amnesty International should be banned from Nigeria. In the statement they issued, they were giving us examples of countries around the world that Amnesty International had been banned. In other words, suggesting to the government of the day that they should ban Amnesty International because of that report. And they are claiming that Amnesty International was trying to use that report to divide Muslims and Christians. Even though when you look at that report, the person that signed it, the director in Amnesty International, is bearing a Muslim name that seems to come from the north. But as Coalition of Northern Group, they are claiming that the report is trying to claim that there were more killings in Benue than other parts of the north. The more killings in Benue and Plateau. In other words, it means that they were trying to show that the killings was concentrating on Christian-dominated part of northern Nigeria. That Amnesty is trying to divide the country along religious lines. That was the argument they were making, calling for the ban of Amnesty International. So when I saw that, I know that Amnesty International is going to run into trouble. But if Amnesty International run into trouble, because they say that the figure of those that were killed in 2 years of Tinubu is 10,000, it's over 10,000 people in 2 years. Now, there are people who say that figure is conservative. And that's why is even the government getting worked up over it. This is because if you look at it, Nigerian Bureau of Statistics has released a figure far higher than Amnesty International, which it released in 2024. Or is it that Nigerian government is not aware? They forgot that NBC, National Bureau of Statistics, has a far higher figure during the 1 year of Tinubu administration, which we are going to get into it. Or they are angry that the Amnesty International released it on May 28th. Perhaps they felt that it wasn't right that they should release it on May 28th to kind of burst the bubble of the government that was celebrating that it has renewed, that insecurity has reduced. In fact, if you listen to the statement issued by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on May 29, it was to celebrate that his government has reduced insecurity. Now this bombshell came out from Amnesty International. But is that really a bombshell? Because Amnesty International figure in 2 years is far less than what National Bureau of Statistics reported about the state of killing under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 1 year. So let us revisit that report. The National Bureau of Statistics released the 2024 Crime Experience and Security Perception Survey, CESPS, on December 17, 2024, revealing alarming statistics about crime in Nigeria between May 2023 and April 2024. That is during the 1 year anniversary of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. 1 year into the administration of Tinubu, the NBS reported that over 614,000. So that figure, the figure that Amnesty International released, is not even up to It's not up to 5 or 10% of the figure of the deaths that was recorded by MBS, a government institution. 614,000 individuals were killed, with a significant proportion of these cases going unreported. Even the NBC said that even these 614,000 we are reporting that were killed in the first year of Tinubu administration. It doesn't contain everybody that was killed, though. There were a lot of killings that were not reported because people don't trust the police, according to that report. It also reported that about 2.23 trillion naira was paid as ransom to kidnappers within the period. So why was the government not mad with MBS? Why was the government not mad with Nigeria Bureau of Statistics when they come out with that figure? Because that figure during the first year is actually much more disastrous than what Amnesty International came up with recently. Talking about 614,000 people killed in the first year of Tinubu, reported, published by a Nigerian federal government funded MBS. And you are harassing an NGO that even gave you a lower figure. In 2 years, you say over 10,000. You see, because maybe you don't have regard for MBS, so nobody will believe MBS figure anyways. But Amnesty International, being an international organization, you are concerned that the world will believe Amnesty International more than they will believe MBS. But if that is the case, the onus is on the government then to present its own figure so that Nigerians can also see their own figure. Because one of the problems we are having in Nigeria today on the area of insecurity is that the failure of government to acknowledge the level of insecurity in the country. That was why the Bishop of Makurdi had to go to Washington himself to go and tell the American Congress of the level of killings going on in Benue State, because the government of Benue State was not presenting the real situation of things, and the Bishop of Makurdi had to go to Washington to make a case for the people of Benue. I don't know what you think about the federal government summoning of Amnesty International because of its security report on Nigeria, and then also the growing call by some people, NGOs so-called, for federal government to ban Amnesty International, to ban its operation in Nigeria. What is your position? What is your view about the state of insecurity in Nigeria? Do you believe the Amnesty International report, or do you believe the NBS report? Which report do you believe in? Let us hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you, and please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.